So combined standard measurement uncertainty is the standard measurement uncertainty. That is obtained using the individual standard measurement uncertainties associated with the input quantities in a measurement model. So unfortunately, this is explaining in the wrong sequence. The first thing required is a measurement model. What is a measurement model? So it is a mathematical model which connects the measurement result to the input quantities. Okay, so how we will determine the measurement result from the input quantities. So for example, if you want to determine the area of a room, you measure the length and breadth and multiply. That is the area. So area is equal to length into breadth. So that is the measurement model. So measurement model means not the fashion model, but a mathematical model, a mathematical equation. So the input quantities. So we are measuring, for example, if we are measuring the area of a room, if we want to measure the area of a room, so we are measuring length and breadth. So what is the length? There is some uncertainty. What is the breadth? There is some uncertainty. So they are the individual standard measurement uncertainties associated with the input quantities. So, okay, so using these individual standard uncertainties, we compute the uncertainty of the measurement result. So that is the combined standard measurement uncertainty. Okay, so uncertainty of a result we can compute in various options. First, we compute from a single variable. Then we go for two variables, both of which are independent. Then several independent variables, more than 2, 4, 5, we'll try. Then y is a function of several variables, some of which are not independent. When they are not independent, what do? We'll see last, because it's mathematically more complex. Okay, I hope you have refreshed your statistics portion and calculus portion also. So y is a function of a single variable, x. So this is a graphical illustration of what is the situation. So x is the input variable, y is the output variable. So x is measured and we calculate y. So maybe y is a function of x. So y equal to x square. So, or y, you say area we are determining from side length of one side of a square. So it is a square. So all that is under this situation. So x has some uncertainty. It's standard uncertainty. So that we have to get first. Standard uncertainty of x is given. What will be the standard uncertainty in y? So actually this function can be very complex in general, but since uncertainties are very small, so this region is very small. So we can approximate this portion by a straight line. So we have this triangle. And then, so this is uncertainty of y, this is standard uncertainty of x. This is standard uncertainty of y, standard uncertainty of x. So the ratio is equal to dy by dx. Since standard uncertainty of x is small, standard uncertainty of y is equal to dy by dx into standard uncertainty of x. So this notation you are familiar, but now we will add another notation in metrology, especially used in metrology in the GUM. So Cx into u of x. So Cx stands for coefficient of sensitivity of x. So dy by dx is same as Cx. And u of x, without the brackets, we write u subscript x. Okay, so this is a notation which is used in metrology. So Cx is same as dy by dx, neglecting higher order terms. Okay, so it is simple. So we'll do a simple problem. The radius of a circle is measured as 100 mm with a standard uncertainty of 0.8 mm. What is the standard uncertainty in the area of the circle? So radius of the circle is given, its standard uncertainty is given. So we have to determine the area of the circle and its standard uncertainty. So what is the mathematical model? First step is mathematical model. And to develop the mathematical model, we need to know what are the sources of uncertainty. So we are interested in the uncertainty in the area. So what are the sources of uncertainty? Because here only one source, which is the radius of the circle. So what is the relation between area and radius? A equal to pi r square. So A equal to pi r square. So this is the area. So uncertainty area is CR into UR. So coefficient of sensitivity with respect to radius is dA by dr. So we have seen sensitivity is the derivative of the result to each input variable, dA by dr equal to 2 pi r. So you would have done this as error analysis in your earlier days. So even Gauss used the term error analysis. Only we are now differentiating between error and uncertainty. So according to the current vocabulary, uncertainty, error are different things. So we are determining the uncertainty in area from uncertainty in radius and the sensitivity. So coefficient of sensitivity, that is where the C comes. So that means if you make a small change in radius, what will be the change in area? So how sensitive is area to a change in radius? So dA by dr is this. So we determine this. And remember, sensitivity has a unit. So if you choose the wrong units here, especially in case of angles and all, you have to be careful. It can be radians or it can be degrees. So you have to use radians to get derivatives correctly, especially when sine, cos and all are there. So first determine the sensitivity, then uncertainty in area is simply CR into UR. CR is here, UR is already given in the question. So uncertainty in area is 502.6548 millimeter square. So this is the simplest case, first case. Why area is a function of radius. Only a radius, where nothing else is involved. So y is a function of x. Okay, any question? So please stop me if you feel any difficulty. I don't know, the quiz and all, many people are not attended. So when you request for extension, please give a link to the quiz to up to what date you want, and of course a reason why you couldn't do that quiz. So it is not automatically, it will not be entertained, only if there is a valid reason. Okay, so anyway, there will be plenty of quizzes. So each quiz final weightage, even though I am putting in 5, finally it will be reduced to out of 2 marks perhaps. So it doesn't matter much if you miss one quiz and all, as long as you attempt the remaining quizzes. Okay, so this is how you do. So now we'll also learn an alternate approach, which is the numerical approach. So nowadays it's the era of computers, so we have to do everything using computers or calculators. We are not interested in finding out derivatives, remembering what is the derivative, etc. So one approach is the numerical approach. So calculate y equal to f of x. So that is, substitute the value of x and determine y. Then y plus, which is obtained by substituting x with x plus standard uncertainty of x. Then calculate y minus equal to f of x minus standard uncertainty of x. So standard uncertainty of y is equal to y plus minus y minus by 2. So this is okay, I think there's a figure which explains this, how you get this. So this is the average of the changes in y due to a change in x. So we are determining sensitivity as this. So this is the uncertainty y. So we can see from this figure. So when x equal to xi, we have y equal to yi. Then x is increased by its standard uncertainty. What is y is yi plus. When x is reduced by its standard uncertainty, what is y is yi minus. So these distances are not equal. So we take the average distance as standard uncertainty of y at that middle point. Of course, when it's a straight line, both sides will be equal, so there is no need of average. But if it is curved, then there is a difference between the two sides, and so we take the average sensitivity. Okay? So this is standard uncertainty of x. So x plus standard uncertainty, x minus standard uncertainty. X is a random variable. So random variable is denoted by capital X. Y is the result. A particular value of x is denoted by xi. So at a certain value of x, what is the y? We determine. And then yi plus yi minus we determine. Yi plus minus yi minus by 2 will directly give the uncertainty in y. Okay? So now let us apply to the area problem. So first determine at r equal to the 100, what is area? Then r you increase by standard uncertainty, 100 plus 0.8, determine the area, that is a plus. Then 100 minus 0.8, determine the area, that is a minus. Then standard uncertainty area is a plus minus a minus by 2. That is equal to this minus this by 2. So we directly get the uncertainty in area. So compare with the linear approximation. So we get the same answer. Okay, even though this is r square, if we are taking the average on either side, we get the same answer. Okay, so any question? So please try both approaches, because sometimes the function may be complicated, then the analytical approach may be difficult. So I suggest that you learn both approaches, apply both approaches and verify the answer, so that you are sure that there is no calculation mistake. Because here it is simple, but finally it will be a big problem. Several steps involved. You start with sources of uncertainty that you have to determine using type B evaluation. So there is a series of steps. So if you make a mistake in the beginning or anywhere in the step in between, your entire problem is, you'll get 0 marks. So try both methods and verify that you are getting the same answer. Okay, any question on numerical approximation or this problem? I don't know, from your batch there is no response, nobody has any doubt. So I'm reminded of the saying, okay. So people are reluctant to ask questions because they think they'll look like a fool. But as I don't know, like Confucius said, if you don't ask questions, okay, if you ask questions, you may look like a fool, but if you don't ask questions, you may remain a fool. You will never learn. So if you are not following, please do ask. So if you don't ask, you are not going to learn. Okay, it need not be to me. Okay, if you can discuss among yourselves and have a combined study or discuss problems, etc., do problems together, etc., it will be good. So of course, at my website there are a lot of old question papers, etc. Or please see the book by Kirkup. Only problem in Kirkup, only few problems are there. But please practice doing problems, both numerical approach and analytical approach or calculus approach, and practice. Okay, so first, okay, so now we complete the one variable problem. Next, y is a function of two independent variables x.